Welcome back to Dragon Quest III HD.
Updated edition.
Yeah, so for everybody at home, by the time this video comes out, this will have happened quite a while back, probably a week or two. Video pipelines are long.
They get shorter when you do RPGs for some reason.
Yeah, because I keep falling behind, and that's when we start missing videos. But the game has very recently been updated to version 1.1. This is the first update that the game's really gotten, as far as I know, because we were on 1.0, 1.0.0.0 up until now.
We kept making that joke every time. I was like, I'm surprised they haven't updated it, because usually they kind of eventually go through stuff, but yeah. It was
And they did. They finally did.
God, it was like, how long? We're at the end of May right now when we're recording this.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the 5th month, and so it's been like half a year, and this is their first update. Because this came out in November last year.
So I don't remember everything that happened in the update. There was a lot of just general balancing. Buffing some things, nerfing some other things.
I know the Monster Wranglers thing got nerfed a little bit, because it's the Monster Pylon.
Monster Pylon got nerfed a little bit.
Because they made it to where it's not as strong as it is until you gather all the monsters.
Feels like it would have been nice if it like kind of gradually got stronger instead of just... No, you have to have all of them. You have to have effectively beaten post-game.
I feel like maybe there's a couple tiers to it. Like there's the when you're just starting off and the more monsters you get, the more powerful it gets. But then, like, I guess at a certain point they were like, maybe the 100 mark is when they just go like, you're just as strong as everything else. But now they've changed it around.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Other than that being nerfed, though, I did notice that most damage output on the player's part and player's team has been buffed. So I feel like overall you're just going to do more damage to enemies.
I think they wanted to make it to where not everyone just ended up doing Monster Wrangler parties at the end. Because that was the thing, because the Monster Wrangler was just doing the most damage. Because there was a couple warrior abilities that got buffs and everything. I definitely remember they did point out that specifically Wild Side's MP cost went up to 30.
Yeah, Wild Side was buffed, or not buffed, but it was the
MP cost for it got exponentially higher.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, so they were definitely like, we kind of overtuned the Monster Wrangler. Let's undertune it a little bit, and then we can overtune everyone else to get back up to a little higher.
Yeah, pretty much, like, they just found, this is the meta, this is the one thing that's OP. We're just gonna bring that back down to, like, reasonable, and then buff literally everything else up as well. So, you shouldn't see any grand differences, but the strategy to fight Shenlong may be a little bit different. After this. Other things that they have done are... They made the bird fly faster, because apparently everybody complained about that.
I mean, I complained about that. I complained about it, and when we first got the bird, I was like, it just moves slow for whatever reason.
And, like, I could rationalize it out as... We are moving faster. I get that. It's just looks slower because we're so high up.
Yeah.
But it did feel slow.
Yeah, no.
And I think it felt... I think one of the biggest reasons it felt slow is because you were moving such grand distances. You weren't just going, oh, I'm going to walk up here. Oh, I'm going to go over around this corner. It's like, no, I'm going to fly to literally the other side of the planet. And you're just like... I don't care if this is faster than the boat. This is still taking friggin' forever. What else was...
Shortcuts.
Another thing they did was add a shortcut menu.
Yep.
Which you can hit from the playfield, hold R, and this pops up. I've already assigned these 4 abilities to it, but you can assign anything. Spell, ability, whatever, to it. I'm not really one to be on shortcuts, but, like, I don't know. These are the things that I use all the time, so...
It makes it easier than going through the menu.
Yeah. Trying to think if anything...
Any other, like, major things before we get to the funny thing?
Oh, I was going to get to the funny thing.
Oh,
because I can't think of anything. Because I can't think of anything else.
I think that's about it, because it's just like, this, that, and this, and some
Yeah,
minor
a lot of
bug
tiny,
changes.
lot of tiny stuff I can't remember the details of. Kind of inconsequential in the long run, but makes for an, on average, better game experience. The one funny one though was, if you remember this challenge right over here, the item one where we had to get a whole crap ton of items. You remember
And
the Elven Elixir that?
The one I was dreading the most because I was like,
It was like 800k worth of friggin'.
You need like 25 total, and if you don't have any, it's 40,000 per elfin elixir from the village, so it's like over 1 million gold. Which you do not get like 1 million gold in these games easily.
Yeah, so apparently somebody went like, oh, you know, that actually costs like a lot to buy all of those. And they bumped that down to now you only need 10 instead of 25. Which is a lot more reasonable. And happened right after I spent all my money on them.
Yeah, just after you did it. Also, I think in the one of these areas they added a new treasure chest for the Gringham Whip, so you don't have to do the metal, the mini metal stuff. But it's like, again, we already did that, so you're just going to get a second Gringham Whip.
Okay, so we're going back in. We've completed the bottom 3. We are working our way through the upper left one. This one does require specific weapons to be equipped. That means Zara, who is physically incapable of equipping one of these, and I'm not reclassing her again, is just going to be spending this time dead.
I really wish, out of all the things they changed, they would have changed some of the weaker weapons to be able to be equipped to some of these characters.
Ooh, there is a monster here. Somewhere.
Like, of all the things...
I didn't really need to do that, it was on the map.
Of all the things you could have done, you could have just done, like...
Sage can equip the weakest whip.
Yeah, it's the weakest boomerang. And Monster Wrangler can equip, like, the weakest axe or something.
Oh, that just takes me back to the start.
Just, like, the weirdest things that you just could have done.
Okay, so I was worried about this.
You should be.
Oh, no, this one did take me over here. It just took me to a different section over here.
Yeah,
okay,
I think
yeah.
you did most of the left side anyway.
Yeah, so I was worried about this. I was thinking, initially, under the impression that, oh yeah, 3 teleportals. Left one takes you left, right one takes you right, center one takes you to that little section in the center. And it occurred to me when the end of the left one took me to the right-hand side that maybe the middle and the right don't take me anywhere meaningful, and you have to go all the way through the left to get to the right. And that's literally what happened, because there's nothing over here other than a chest. I know, I gotta put Peep on here. How do I set these?
I mean, you just did it.
Well, yeah, because the menu came up after the tutorial.
Well, okay, exit out and go find the tutorial again. Just go to miscellaneous and go to...
No, that wasn't where I got it. Oh, okay, maybe I could set it here.
That too.
Yeah, okay. Nose for treasure. Let's change you to... That'll be nice, because that means I can show this off. Peep. I feel like I don't need to keep casting that like we're in here and we see it.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be something that I want to cast. Maybe I'll get rid of zoom. I don't need to hotkey zoom and just, like, friggin' spell zoom.
I mean, you can always do it from the map, too, but...
Yeah, or do it from the map. And I feel like that would be better than having to, like, dig down to find... Okay, it's not animal instinct, it's nose for treasure.
It's still an ability.
There we go. There we go. Nose for treasure, animal instinct, Peep. And now I can do that! It's Iron Claws! Which nobody can equip that's worthwhile.
We still got the old bad equipment, right? Like, everyone has boomerangs and claws and stuff.
Yeah, we've got, like, boomerang is equipped, claws are equipped,
Can't do shit.
Can't do anything. So, this was my worry, and it has been confirmed, and that means we have to go all the way back through the left-hand side before we get to the right-hand side. Which won't be as bad, because A, Zara's alive, which means Padfoot is active. And B, we don't have to collect anything, we can just go to the end.
Considering that some of these treasure chests are actually Pandora boxes in disguise. Which you don't want to mess with because they are awful, awful little creatures.
Oh, was it the upper left one? I think it was the upper left one. Yeah, we fought one last time, and we're not doing that again.
Oh, so one thing I looked up for these things. So here's the thing. This area is supposed to be based off of the post-game map from Dragon Quest III for the Game Boy Color. And that one you unlock the Ice Cave, which is basically like the same thing. But here's the thing, all these enemies, they're the same ones that showed up in the Ice Cave.
Oh.
So this is like their first times really
wow,
showing
Zara
up.
lived. I mean, through one attack.
For 1 second, yeah. So these are like their first time showing up in major games since that game. Like they show up in like side
Okay, how much
stuff.
damage does this do now? 151.
I couldn't really tell because they were not taking as much damage from it.
Yeah, we'll see how that works, but 151 is significantly less.
Time to start putting Kazing on the bar. So that was an interesting little factoid about everything.
I'm doing this. I don't know if Zara has to be alive for Padfoot to be active, but it felt like when I just left her dead, we were getting into a lot of fights.
Considering you don't need to get into a lot of fights.
Or at least we were getting into more fights than I wanted to get into.
Than I cared for.
So this should be enough to... That should be it. One fight, and we're on the East Coast again. So then what are we dealing with over here? So there's a teleportal to the upper left, up, and right. We've already been down. If I had to guess... I mean, they could take you anywhere. But it looks like they won't do anything dumb like teleport me back to the beginning. I see enough little side areas. Oh, but that ending looks nasty. Alright, well, let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. Ah! Trips over a dragon.
They didn't sense you, so you can run away from this fight if you want.
It doesn't even occur to me that I can get advantage in a fight.
It's rare, because it kind of goes back and forth.
Like, I've seen it happen a couple times, but I'm always like, just get him!
Wonder what that is in the upper right corner. Before we teleported away from it.
Okay, so this is one of the in-betweens. Hell, look at that guy.
He sure is a guy. Ooh, 2 treasure chests. Was one of them added? We don't know.
An Aurora staff.
What does it do?
I don't know.
Well, check it. What does it do? Removes all beneficial effects from all enemies when used as an item in battle. Oh, so it's your
Fancy.
disruptive wave.
Yeah, fancy. It says enemies.
Yep, only enemies.
Okay, so you're the only one that can equip it.
Oh, shocker. Only the sage can equip it.
Yeah. You're the only one that can equip it. But any of us can use it as an item.
Mm-hmm.
And I still kind of feel like main character is... like, offensively the weakest. We'll see, though. We haven't really been in enough fights to see how everybody pans out. Oh, it didn't ask me to equip it because I can't. A seed of luck. I'm gonna put that right into my tummy. Do I have any seeds that I haven't eaten? Because I should. I do.
Yeah, I think you're picking up some along the way.
And now I don't have to worry about saving them and, like, figuring out who's best to use them on.
Yeah.
They just all get used on the hero. It's funny because, like, in retrospect, I can tell my past self, like, yeah, just do this thing. It's fine. It'll work in the end, or whatever. But in the moment, I'm like, but this is really important.
Yeah.
And, yeah, maybe it's not going to be important later on, but it was important to me at the moment. I'm going to go back, because I feel like this is kind of the end-ish area.
No, you went to the west side. Took you all the way back to the west side.
I don't want to go to the west side.
Yeah, it took you back to that middle one on the west side.
Dang it, why aren't these two-way? I want to go backwards, I don't want to go back to the start. Wait, what? Now it takes me here?
Yeah, just go all the way back up to the top one, and you're still gonna have to.
Oh, it took me here. I was thinking I was in.
No,
I thought I was in a new area. I thought I was in a new area.
Nope, nope.
Okay, I gotta fight him. I could still try to run. It'll probably still be more efficient.
Yeah. I mean, nobody needs the levels.
We made it. I like to think with everybody at 99, we're probably going to be pretty good at running away. Man, for the stuff like Padfoot that you just cast all the time, shortcut. Like, normally I'm like, shortcuts, I don't care. Why do they gotta do something like that? Remove from the experience or whatever, but... Like, for stuff like Padfoot that you just cast all the time, or Peep, that you've got to dig down into menus to find. No, that's actually good stuff. This is not where I was expecting to end up.
Okay, so you got 3 options.
Okay, so the middle one took me to the left-hand side. So
Okay.
this is the only way that I had to go to progress forward. Yeah, because the left one took me there. So this one has me over here. So I have 3 options from here.
Ooh, some treasure chests.
Oh boy, I sure hope none of them are mimics.
Excuse you, they're Pandora's boxes.
I appreciate a game that lets me just friggin' run away when I don't want to fight something.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a thing that happens very often in games.
That's a bad box. Do not touch that bad box. That's a good box.
That's a good box.
A Conqueror's Axe. Mmm. Best axe in the game for the warrior.
Oh, both of them can equip it.
Oh! Oh, so, okay.
Surprising.
So actually, it makes
It is
that
a
axe and staff.
significant improvement for Dorothy, though.
It's gonna make that axe and staff section a little easier. I don't remember the Conqueror's Axe being equipable by the Monster Wrangler.
Well, I'm not going to do it now because this isn't the axe section.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to that later.
Double-
That's a bad box.
Almost at this point, I want to double check the boomerangs just to make sure that the Sage can equip one.
Yeah.
that
Did
I'm
you
not-
change that and just not tell us about it, please? Takes me over here. Actually, you know what I can do is... This is Boomerang and Claw, right?
Yeah. Nope. It's
Nope.
all staves.
Nothing I have on me, anyway.
Yeah.
If they did, then it's... It's a mimic!
It's a medicinal herb.
Okay, so it didn't do anything dumb, it just took us back here.
So, 2 more. You got that middle and that upper far right one.
Can I run? I assume running away is stat-based. Like, it's usually in games, it's like the higher agility you have, the better you are running away.
Yeah.
Or it compares your agility to the opponent's agility or something.
And if you have a thief or rogue type class, it makes it easier.
So by that assumption, I'm kind of assuming that...
We can just hoof it
Well,
really
up,
quickly.
Well, up yours.
So you have 3 new sections to go off of.
Yeah, by that assumption, I'm assuming that, like, being level 99 with very high stats, we're going to be pretty easy for us to run away. Which I appreciate. I wouldn't mind fighting them, but every time I fight something, Zara dies.
So, that was a no-go.
Yup. Hands. And I don't need experience or anything for it, so... I mean, technically Zara does actually need experience. But she's also going to be dead for every fight, so what's the point? How every fight the enemies are just like, wait, where are you going?
Not here! Hmm? Oh.
I guess.
Berry Moss!
Barry Moss.
He's like Baramos, but Berry Moss.
Good old Barry Moss. Okay, but it's not here.
But what if it was?
I kind of forgot about this middle section. So I was starting to wonder when I was going to see that guy. It's like I'm running out of doors to go in to find him.
I was wondering when you were going to see that guy. That guy. Over there. Not there.
That guy.
Not there. There. Birdman, sit down. Not there. There. Oh, you got this section already.
Wrong button.
Oh, this should be fun.
It looks like all I have to do is get to the far end.
Yep, now you gotta remember how these panels work without falling down.
I can D-pad move, right?
Yeah. So I believe orange is north.
Yep. Okay, where am I going? I'm going right.
Yeah. Let's hope there's not like a treasure chest down there, though.
Yeah, I don't see any.
We'll see one here in a second. Nope, you're good. It's just a dead end.
But what about that weird block that's just out there in space?
It does make you wonder.
Don't press up. I made it. Ah!
Oh! That's unfair, man.
Just hiding behind that pillar at the end.
Get
Gotcha!
Did you just walk past them? No.
Just imagine we're going through this thing like a friggin' Joe Star. Just the whole dungeon, just...
No, not even that. Just more like the that one meme with the three guys that walk around like dun 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 dun. We're gonna have to have a fight?
Man!
Oh, thank God it's these. Real quick.
Did they nerf them?
No. Here's the fun fact. Go to your tactics and make sure all of your party members can listen to you, because I don't know who has what.
I mean, everybody has everything if it's not a thief ability.
It's as long as it's a spell.
Everybody should have every spell.
Okay, so you do whatever you're going to do. I don't care what your character is going to do.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. What's 38? I think it's the spell that's cheaper.
It's Kazap is cheaper.
Kazap.
Okay, go to spells. Go to probably... Oh, go over, back over 4. Go down to poof. That or Blasto. What is Blasto? Okay, go poof. Make sure everyone casts poof.
Everybody poof?
Everybody poof.
I'm shocked if these guys can be poofed, I'm shocked. The enemies are immune.
Did they change it? I think they may have changed it, because originally you could just poof them out of the battlefield. They may have changed that because it wasn't supposed to be a thing you could do.
Well, I'm gonna try to blast them.
Could be that too. Oh, the Pandora's boxes, not the... You did that with the hand.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I went down one and then up one again, which is the thing that I do.
Yeah, you do that all the time. I think you just selected the hand before you went back up. Yep, there they go.
Bye! Oh no, a dragon. Bye!
Woo! Yeah, they're not immune to it.
Bye!
You don't get the experience and you don't get the gold from them, but you know what? Don't have to deal with them in the battle. I think it only works for the boss variation, not the ones you find on the field. So, don't go try opening up those treasure chests.
Okay, they're wrecked. I don't know what your strongest abilities are, you figure it out.
Apparently punching really hard.
Zara's alive. What?
Okay, Blasto then.
Crap. It didn't. It said they weren't effective. It didn't say it. They were immune.
It missed. That's all that happened.
Yeah, it didn't say they were immune. There we go.
Ah!
Hey, if this means I only take care of one of them a turn, that's still better than fighting them. Dang it. also means I'm now down at Blasto.
Yes, but you also have Omni Heal on your side, so...
I'm not even gonna meditate, I'm gonna full heal myself. Yay! Yay!
I do worry about him having bounce on now. Oh, but you have the staff that takes away all their...
And I put it on myself.
Cool, so, yeah. So, I would just have them do something else for the time being.
Yeah, I
Maybe
don't know who goes first.
Start weakening. Well, if you have your meteorite bracelet, you go first. Everyone else goes after you.
I guess we gotta worry about fighting the other guys anyway. Oh my goodness, you have so many abilities. What do I use?
You could try... not Wild Side, Monster Pylon. See if it gets the more correct, like... What's the, damage output on them. They're taking less damage from it. Hey,
What?!
You can't call one of your buddies. That's illegal. Well, at least it's, you know, you still have, like, Blasto targets, so... Ah!
Oh, thank heavens.
I just got here!
Ah! We're still stuck with one.
Yes, but once he's gone, all you have to deal with these statues, and honestly, they are not that big of a problem.
I don't even care what you do, really. Oh, thank heavens. Alright, everybody, everybody go to town. I mean, it still does good damage, though.
Yeah.
Maybe I should not die.
That would be good, yes.
Critical claim did good damage.
Well, it's a crit.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Like, a little cheap to just blast him out of the arena.
I don't care.
But also, we fought one of those before, and it was a nightmare.
I do not care. If you are weak to Blasto and you will let me Blasto you out of the arena, bye!
They made them weak to Blasto. I'm not going to limit myself. It's like, oh yeah, this boss has a weakness. No, I'm not going to use the weakness.
Maybe, I'm just going to throw this out here. Maybe if your Sage had a boomerang or a claw they could use, maybe we would have given it an actual fair shot instead of having one member who could die to anything at any point.
No, probably not, actually.
Still done the blasto?
Yeah.
Alright.
Look, if they have a weakness, that's the enemy's fault.
Yeah.
You're not going to just go through a game and go, okay, this enemy's weak to fire. Okay, I'm not hitting them with fire. No, they're weak to fire. Hit them with bloody fire.
I did not expect the 4 reinforcements. That was weird.
Yeah, I was not expecting that one.
Oh, so here's a fun fact.
So, like, 6 of them? 4 at the same time? No. That would have been bad news bears.
It would have been bad news bears. So here's a fun fact that I was not aware of until recently, until I actually started playing this game and looking up stuff here, is that, hilariously, Toriyama actually spoiled Zoma, like, a couple months before the game came out, but nobody noticed. Because he used to have a little newsletter, fan letter thing he'd do called Birdland Press, and on the last issue, it came out in September 1987. He had himself, this was just before, this was like a few months before Dragon Quest III came out in Japan. I think it came out February 1988. He had himself dressed up as the hero, and he had his editor, Toriyama, dressed up as Zoma. This was months before the game came out. Nobody knew Zoma was going to be a thing in the game. They only knew Baramos was the thing. It's just Toriyama casually going like, hey, I designed the final boss. This is what he looks like.
Yeah, it's neat because, like, without context, it doesn't actually mean anything.
Yeah, no, it's just...
Like, oh, it could just be, like, a strong enemy you fight or whatever. Like, it doesn't mean anything.